From what I saw, I'm not. It's definitely leaning in the direction of child porn. And if they find anything, they're going to issue charges.
And if they don't, even though we know that.
So this is going to take a bit, because they're going to have to send to download all this, get search warrants, do this stuff. This isn't going to happen tomorrow.
So let's talk specifically about the child sexually abusive material that's on that laptop. I want to know, in the laptop was child abusive material, child sexually abusive material. We call child porn.
Right.
Because that is traditional child porn tradecraft.
Right.
Of one website to another, to another, to another.
Right.
You know as well as I do that producing AI child porn is illegal.
Right. Well,
on August 24th, 2024, a woman placed a 911 call that would quietly set a much larger investigation in motion. Deputies were dispatched to her residence in response to concerns that were not yet fully clear.
Did you already talk to my partner?
Yeah, he asked me to wait out here he said you were on your way, so.
Yeah. Does he know?
Fewer people in the house or what?
Right. Does he know anything that's about this? Was it wife that called it in? And
my daughter called it in again.
Okay.
Her husband. So he left just before your partner showed up. So.
Was there like a confrontation about it, or
nothing physical?
Did he confess to anything or admit to anything to you guys?
To us, I didn't speak to him. I mean, we were here for maybe 20 minutes before he left, but there was no interaction at all.
Okay. Do you expect him back soon at all, or no?
No, he packed. I don't expect him to come back for anything other than if he loses his marbles.
Right. Okay.
School girl, what? Unconscious?
Yeah, school girl, unconscious.
Hey.
And I believe him because he's never given me.
Okay.
Never.
Alright, just hang out. I'm going to give my supervisor a call, just let him know what I have got and what we have going on. And we'll go from there, okay? I'll give you the case number. I would recommend going with...
Yeah.
From what I saw, I'm not... It's definitely leaning in the direction of child porn. There was nothing explicit on there showing anything explicit. So what I'm going to do... My thought process is I'm going to send it up to our detective bureau. They'll download his phone. And if they find anything, they're going to issue charges.
And if they don't, even though we know that that's fucked up, then
I'll be right back, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll let you know what we come up with. We'll keep in contact with you. He's going to give you a case number, a report number, so whenever you have questions, you can call us and refer to that number.
How long does it usually take these investigations?
So we can now, we'll probably get the investigation. We'll probably get it on Monday, and they'll look into it. Probably look into the phone, like you said, download the phone and copy the contents of what's in there. I didn't get the story of what happened, but it sounds like they could admit to downloading it somewhere, or did he say where he got it from, or?
No, not where he got it from.
But you actually saw it.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to make sure you guys are separated and that she's safe, because he's going to probably get angry. I don't know what he's capable of doing, but you know more than I do, and you know his background, so he's going to get...
The fucked up part is he's like the best guy in the world.
Right, that's the front, and then you never know what's behind it, you know. But, did he say where he was going?
No. But really the only people he knows are his friends. or his dad.
Try not to, whenever friends come by and people are coming by, don't give any information out because
Okay.
we don't want them to get a leak of what we're doing and kind of what we're doing here. So just tell them, hey, there's a.
They said he was bit towards her bed.
What's that?
He knows if any of his friends were involved in the same threat.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't have any proof of that.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
so that,
Could
yeah,
be.
not say nothing to
Yep.
anybody.
They could be involved in sharing for them too, and who knows. Yeah, we'll just try to keep it hush hush and then just tell them it's confidential and just leave it at that. Has there been any sign in the past of this kind of thing, even remotely close to it at all in the past?
Like killing her or whatever.
So that was the only indication we've had of,
Yeah.
of that.
And
All right. Yeah, if you guys want to either grab some things you need, you're going to be heading out soon or something, grab whatever you got to do to get ready to go as soon as you need to. We don't want to keep you any longer.
When do you work?
Let me give you that report number right now.
Understand. North Flemington, Edward Adam David, 7. Brown Toyota Tacoma time. Yeah, 153.
There's the case number on it. Like I said, if you have any questions, you want to call us, you can just refer to that number. Give you some details of what we come up with, where it's at.
he was arrested or anything, will I know? Like, how am I
We
going
can-
to
We can try to let you know. Typically, you don't always reach out, but if you want to get notified, we can definitely tell the investigation bureau, whoever is in charge of it, later on. We'll give you a heads up. That's the safety plan, is that you guys figure out whether you go with parents or he's not.
He knows where they too.
Okay. Well, we got to figure something else out if we can. Is there any friends or family else that he doesn't know of? That they could stay just for a couple weeks, maybe for now, just kind of keep them away from him?
I'll be fine. Yeah.
And if there's any issues, just call us. We'll come by your guys' house.
But also,
So if people start showing up, you want me to just tell them that they need to leave, or?
I feel like they already would have, so he must have gotten in contact with his friends, which makes me believe he went over there, and that's where he is right now,
How
because
far? Where's that at?
Greenville, it's
Okay.
behind, I don't know the street. I could like drive it. Actually, I might have it in my car GPS.
That's okay.
Is what you guys find gonna be like public information? Like obviously, even if you can't charge them with anything, that's not for me to do.
This maybe is going to show all that our investigation on what we find.
Oh,
Yep. So if you like, you can keep that and then refer to that report later on when you go to court. That's can help you a lot. Right now, guys, we're concerned about any questions at all while we're still here with you guys before we need to go at work. I think for now, it may seem a little kind of blurry and uncertain, but the main thing is right now is just making sure you keep a distance.
Don't
Nothing
ever
else.
want them around.
Yep. Now, that being said, if he comes back here, if you guys are make contact sometime later on down the road, you know, avoid any type of confrontation. I don't know what happens in the garage kind of thing where he went for the phone. Sounds like is that true?
No, he like it was just sticking out of his pocket.
Oh.
I didn't like attack
Okay.
him. I just slipped it out of his pocket.
Yeah,
and
try
walked away.
to avoid anything because I don't want somebody to get physical and then somebody get hurt and maybe get arrested. And it's just we don't want that. So, yep. But if you need to go inside to get stuff, or you know, like I said, you guys can go in there and grab what you need to head back to your parents' house.
I can wait out here with them.
Yep.
I'm trying to find that too.
What's that?
I think he has a gaming laptop somewhere
Laptop?
in there, but I don't know.
Is it shared between you guys, or is it just
No.
his?
I've never been on it. So I don't know.
Never seen him. Never seen his screens he's been on at all, or what is just games is all he uses for?
Allegedly.
She's saying that he's got a laptop too. That he uses for things.
A gaming laptop maybe
Is that
somewhere
inside?
in there, but that's been broke a while too. You know, like because it broke, I think. I've been just fiddling around with it probably 3 or 4 months ago, maybe. I
Do you know
don't
where it is?
Nah, probably buried in that closet. I'm sorry, it usually
That's all right.
doesn't look like that, but I can go through it. I can tear everything out. It's either that or the back closet. Those are the only two places.
You said it was only his, and you don't have any access to it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it in your bedroom?
Yeah.
It's in the closet. It's
Yeah, one of
just to the detective bureau to download the phone to see if there's actual like not AI generated stuff but actual child pornography, and if there is, they get hooked
And
up
if
with
there's
something.
not,
And if there's not, and
doing that fake shit and nothing happens.
so this is going to take a bit, because they're going to have to send to download all this, get search warrants, do this stuff. This isn't going to happen tomorrow. So
What do I do with that? I mean, I
got a question for you off topic. What's the oldest that they accept people into the academies
Police Academy?
for either for sheriff or state or
Either
whatever?
one. I've gone to academies with guys that were in their 40s.
Okay.
Yep, they've gone through and passed and all that, gotten jobs. But I don't know if there's an age requirement. They just have to do certain types of physical, like push-ups, running, sit-ups, you know, jump a certain
I
height.
don't know about that. When I got out of the Marines back in the mid-90s, that's what I wanted to do, but at that time nobody was hiring police, so
Now everyone's hired. It seems like.
yeah, because I was actually when I was overseas, I went to MP school because that's what I wanted to do when I got out. So I went to MP school and did the filled in because they were short for military police. thinking that's what I wanted to do when I got out. And then, of course, when I got back, there was no agencies were hiring at all. So I ended up in construction.
Yeah, that's not a bad job still.
No.
Still a good job out of physical labor. But
Well, I'm self-employed now, so got a couple guys working for me.
what do you do specifically?
Electrical contract.
Okay. I don't know. I can't do that. It's definitely something that it's a good trade and good to know for your personal uses, even in your own home.
Yep. That's good. I mean, as long as we all stay in our own lane, right? You do the policing and I'll do the wiring.
I mean, like I said, it's still never too late if you ever wanted to go back to the academy or go back to school. And I don't think they have an age requirement per se. It's just a matter of being able to do the physical stuff.
Yep.
So,
How long do you guys got to go now to get pensions and whatnot?
so for me, it is I think minimum of 20 years.
Okay.
Oh wait, 25 years,
25 now?
and then a minimum of 50 years old.
Okay.
You could be 50 years old before, or more than before you can retire.
My dad's best friend retired from the Kent County Sheriff Department. But that was back probably in the mid-90s, mid to late 90s. He started out in the Navy. Back then, I don't know if they still do. Back then, they gave him credit for his time in the Navy.
Yeah.
So,
Having military experiences is always a good trait, no matter what you do.
yeah. I think it should be mandatory myself for every able-bodied male coming out of high school.
Yeah. Gets discipline
Yep.
in them and kind of respect and learn how to follow authority kind of thing. Nothing wrong with that.
2 years, and it could even be reserved. You know,
Yeah.
send them through the boot camp.
Oh yeah.
So I had a sticker in the back window.
Yeah, yellow, almost like a double sided sticker.
You thought so?
Could have been.
We had a white or yellow sticker in the back window up in the front.
You want me to go check on it, Wells, or you want me to stay here with you? I can't see it down the road. There's a hill. If he admits to it. I mean, if he admits to not knowing.
But it could be research.
Okay. I mean, on your phone or something or in your car.
But he
Locations.
All that.
Huh?
Warm. Yeah.
A little bit.
We're having all this stuff on.
Yep.
I can't imagine how pissed off you were probably already.
You know, honestly, I'm very disappointed. I mean,
You can't change it. Even if you're
exactly. I'm pretty.
you seem like a very low key, even keeled kind of guy.
I don't. But getting pissed off isn't gonna fix anything.
Yeah, smart.
It's not.
I think, did you look for the laptop?
I did.
Okay.
It's probably, he either took it or it's very deep in the closet.
I'll take it. And if they don't need it, they'll bring it back, give it back to you. We're all set.
By the time officers arrived, the man she had reported had already left the home. With no suspect on scene and limited information available, deputies documented the initial report and began efforts to locate him, unaware that this call would mark only the beginning of a case that would continue to unfold in the months ahead.
New husband. Sorry, our camera. Just.
Yeah, it's normal for us. Lots and lots of that. So if anything arises, grab my number. It's my work phone. Call me or text me if you get any more info or you have any questions. It'll get submitted to the detective bureau. The detective bureau will look at it. They're obviously going to look into it. They'll write search warrants, download his stuff, and then if they find stuff, then he'll get charged. It's not like they're going to come down on you for
I didn't marry him.
you can't control someone else's behavior. Maybe this one's maybe. Alright. Well, if you need anything, just let me know, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys.
What's that?
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
I'm sorry we had to come out. Hopefully we get it all resolved.
Did you get the addresses and names? Or?
She couldn't find it.
No.
I gave her my work phone.
Okay.
I can look at it better.
No, we'll probably ask you later on. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. You guys have any questions or anything? Alright. I'm gonna have...
Not long after, deputies detained the husband and conducted a preliminary interview. What began as a domestic-related call quickly shifted direction as investigators uncovered information that raised far more serious concerns. The man, a now former Cedar Springs maintenance worker, became the focus of a separate criminal investigation. He was taken in for a formal interrogation where detectives examined evidence related to allegations of possession of child sexual abuse material. The case expanded as digital devices and prior activity were reviewed by investigators.
No! Sick. Please don't use this room very often. I think it's part of the problem.
Well, clearly somebody was nervous and biting their fingernail.
Gross.
I
Alright.
mean, I'm a fingernail.
So, before we even get started, because this room locks automatically, I just have to read you this card. Wouldn't ever want to be accused of violating somebody's rights, right? And this is more of a formality, like I said. I think it's kind of a design flaw. This door automatically locks, but today is 29th of October. 2024. It is 9:12. Okay, so I have to read it right from this card. I do know these. I'm just gonna
Your
read
Miranda
them.
rights, yeah.
All right, you have the right to remain silent. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Oops.
I'm being, like, I don't understand if, I understand the room locks, but
Sure.
if I'm not being arrested, why would it be?
So the rules for Miranda are an interview and not free to leave. So we are having an interview, right? You agreed for an interview, and because of the perception that you're not free to leave because the door locks, that's why we fill out this card just in case. If we were to go and speak up in like the conference room,
Right.
that would be different because it's just a conference room, it's open, it's big glass bubble.
Mhm.
But, especially because of the nature of the crime, this is just better, I think, a better setting. And I did ask Charlie if he wants to come down, but he has a meeting at Forest Hills with the other SROs. He's pretty bummed about that, but,
Right.
anything you say can be used against you in a court of law.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to the presence of a lawyer before and during any questioning. If you wish a lawyer and cannot afford one, the court will appoint one before any questioning. Make sense to you? You're a smart guy. So all I need from you is just name and signature. I'll fill out the complaint number later.
I'm sure most people's signatures are the same every
Yeah.
time. Mine's not. I'm terrible at cursive. Literally the only thing I can write is sort of my name.
This.
Yeah.
That's kind of winging it. All right, so is there anything that you want to tell me, any developments or anything that have come off the top of your head?
I mean, it's been 2 months. This whole thing where I didn't really want to spend any money. I don't want to take money out of the bank account because I knew bills needed to come out, and I really don't know how much is in there because I don't really have access to it. I don't remember the password to most of my stuff, so it's just all on my phone, like all my bills and everything. So I just stopped, like, didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. I just sat in a basement for 2 months, basically dwelling on everything and just waiting to hear from you, basically. Hear anything. I mean, apparently my wife knows more than I do because she emailed me saying that I was going to be arrested, so,
Interesting.
yeah.
And I've not communicated with her except for one email I sent, no update. And that was obviously true.
Yeah, I
There was
don't
no
know if
update,
she heard
so
something from her lawyer or what, but
haven't talked to her.
that's what she told me. I don't know, maybe she's just mad.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Book it on you for not, taking all the things either out of the house or out of the bank account and just trying to play it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
I mean, I was just trying to be, because I haven't seen any of them. And so, well, her I saw, I had a court thing on the 12th of September, I believe, for, like, just saying that I'm not allowed to go back home or see my daughter or have any custody or anything like that. So, yeah, that's been, realistically, the only reason why I even care to be here on Earth, I guess, is just, the only reason why I'm prolonging this is to know if I have any chance of seeing my daughter grow up.
Yeah.
Because without her, I don't see the point. I've already lost everything else, so, I lost my house, which is fine. I want her to have a place for the kids and, all of that, but, I have so much money, losing her, not seeing my daughter for 2 months, like, that weighed so heavy on me, and it's just, like, what's the point to go on if I had nothing left, so.
Well, just remember that it's just right now,
I know that.
right? And I'm not a psychologist, but.
Well, I have been going to therapy, which I've been enjoying.
Good.
Learning a lot about things that I didn't even realize happened in my childhood, or I didn't perceive it as what it was. And it's crazy, the things I've learned. She's great. Right now I see her once a week, but I don't think I could afford to see her anyways. It's like $100 and some a visit.
Off.
I just don't understand, like, I wanted to get help, like, because I wanted to for a long time, just because my childhood was so traumatic. I couldn't afford it, so I don't know. So, I'm hoping, after it all, maybe I can at least go once a month at the very least, try to afford that, but right now I'm going once a week.
I'm glad to hear that's helpful.
It is. you know, it's helpful to talk about stuff from your childhood that you never got over. I mean, I know I'm so old now that it shouldn't affect me, but it does.
And I don't think, when you say like shouldn't affect you, I think that's,
Well, it's stuff that
That's
you would
not
think
true.
that you would get over, you know, in 20 years roughly.
yeah, but you haven't talked about it.
No.
So I'm hoping anyways that this is a good sort of genesis of a new direction for you, right? Give you an opportunity to get these things off your chest and speaking with that counselor, but you were not honest with me when we met last.
Okay.
And I think you know, I mean, we talked about what was on the phone, and you were honest in the idea that there wasn't a lot on your phone, but the laptop.
I don't know what's on the laptop, to be honest. I haven't used that in over 10 years.
Who else has access to that laptop?
It's been sitting in the closet for however long. I don't think anybody else has been on it, but I don't know for sure.
Was it password protected?
Yeah, I believe there was a password on it.
Okay, do you recall what the password is?
I don't. It's been way too long to know.
But the laptop has been used by you solely up until you just stopped using it and then it was in
Yes.
storage, is that?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. I don't know what would be on that laptop.
Okay,
I haven't, like I said, I haven't used it in it's probably been at least 10 years. So, the keyboard doesn't even work on it.
sure.
It just, you know, which isn't why I stopped using it. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, I really.
And disassociation can be helpful, especially for like us in our jobs, where we go out and see,
Traumatizing things.
right. So
Yeah,
just
like
put it
that was the
somewhere
whole.
else.
Why you don't call them by their names, you call them victims, or I understand the reasoning behind it.
And I wanted to give you an opportunity to explain what was on that laptop, because like we spoke about before, I mean, this is your opportunity to bear everything. And what I told you before is I feared that, and I still have concern that what was on the laptop, either you're not accepting that that's yours, or you're trying to pawn it off on somebody else, and it's not getting to the root of your issues.
Right, I'm not trying to pawn it off on it, but like I said, I don't think anybody else would have access to it, because I don't know, but, I mean, I downloaded a thing called the Fappening probably a long time ago, which had like a lot, it was like a leak, of people's, pictures or something. So I downloaded that. So there was probably a bunch of pictures of random stuff. I don't know what would be on there. I never even got a chance to go through all of them. There were so many, I didn't realize it. Other than that, I have no idea what it could be.
So let's talk specifically about the child sexually abusive material that's on that laptop. I wanna know where you got it.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. I don't know why there would be anything actually associated on that laptop as far as that stuff, because I've never downloaded anything like that, or the only thing I've ever done was go to a website a long time ago on it, and it was like a forum website that just brings you to another website, but I've never downloaded anything or anything like that, because, clearly I knew what I was doing was not right by any means, but I've never had anything other than that. I've never watched a video or anything. These are all just pictures that are online.
Okay, so the pictures that were online, do you remember what the website was called?
So the forum just takes you to random number websites. So I don't know. The forum was like something land or something like that. And then you click on something and it brings you to another website, and then it's just an IP address basically. So I don't recall exactly. Yeah, I can't believe there was actually anything on there. I really didn't know that.
So you have nothing else to give for that?
I really don't. I literally never downloaded anything that I know of.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So, brain building. So like I said, I went through our Internet Crimes Against Children, downloaded all of your devices, and in your possession in the laptop was child abusive material, child sexually abusive material, we call child porn.
Right.
So I need to know who the pictures are of, because that was the
I don't think it's anybody that I would know.
okay.
I don't know, I mean, I really don't know how it got on my laptop because I never downloaded anything. Maybe by accident, I guess, but
By
I don't.
accident, okay, so.
I mean, I'm not saying I did, I just don't, because I don't know how it could have gotten there. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense, especially because you had over 100 images. 22 of those files were recognized by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's database as having,
Yeah, so,
hash values that are child porn.
That's
But
pretty
there are those other images that
right.
are unknown, so I need to know where you got them.
Like I said, the only thing I know that I downloaded was the thing called the fappening, I think it was called. And they might have been mixed in with that. I don't know.
Okay, but what about going to the website?
No. No.
Because that is traditional child porn tradecraft.
Right.
Of one website to another, to another, to another.
Right. I've never
You just
downloaded
don't-
anything. I really have. I don't know how that, like, I didn't even know it was on there.
Okay, have you viewed it? Have you viewed child sexually abusive material?
That's what I'm saying is, I don't know how it would went on there. I know I use this AI stuff. Anything else I did was.
It's not AI, and it's
Yeah,
not.
well, and the laptop, like I said.
There is child sexual erotica, which is different, but the material is yours.
Yeah.
It's on your laptop.
I have no idea. I really don't. I mean, for one, it was over 10 years ago. I wouldn't even remember if I wanted to, but
But when you fled your house, when you knew the police were coming,
I
what
wanted
did you
to-
grab?
well, I grabbed my laptop, but I wanted some form of communication
The
with the
keyboard
outside
doesn't
world.
even work.
Right. Well, you're right, it doesn't. But
So
you can use an external
What?
keyboard for a laptop.
what this investigation, do you have one?
But yeah, of course. You can get one for $5.
What this investigation is gonna outline is that your wife
Mhm.
found CSAM on your phone, and then we get involved.
Right.
And we have a conversation and you say, no, all I've made is AI images. And I
Right.
give you the opportunity, and we have this long conversation, the three of us. And I download the phone and okay, there's not a lot there. Those AI images, I don't feel confident that they were intended to depict a pubescent or prepubescent child.
Right.
They're kind of, they're in that gray area.
Well,
And I
it's
say-
AI, and it's not.
Right, but you know as well as I do that producing AI child porn is illegal.
Right, well, I didn't know that then, because I mean, I just didn't know, I also figured it was a gray area, because it's not real. I didn't know, I mean, clearly morally, I knew it was wrong, but, and when I started it, it was innocent, and then the AI itself decided to show me that, and that's kind of where it spiraled from. Didn't even ask for it. It's a technology that should not exist.
So that's where you want to end this, is that you have no culpability of.
I really don't know how it, I can't tell you how that got on my laptop. I really don't know.
Alright,
I
so
don't download stuff.
at this point, you are under arrest for aggravated possession of child sexual abuse material and using a computer to commit a crime
Right.
with 10 years or greater, both of those being 10-year felonies. So go ahead and kick your shoes off and empty your pockets, everything onto this table, please. Do you have a belt on?
I do.
I'll take that as well. Hello. Nothing at all in your pockets? All right, go ahead and have a seat. I'll be back with you in a little bit. Do you need anything right now?
On December 13th, 2024, detectives returned to the residence with a K-9 unit to conduct a more thorough search. The operation focused on areas and personal belongings connected to the husband, strengthening the investigative record. The former maintenance worker has been formally charged in connection with the investigation. Court proceedings are ongoing and the case remains active. Prosecutors continue to review evidence gathered during the searches and interviews.
Sam, we're out in a rush. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm Detective Matt.
Nice to find
A little
you.
dusty, but
Lotiony.
actually we can go inside and sign this
Okay.
paperwork, but I just want to introduce myself real quick. This is Supervisor, and this is MSP. He's got the dog and another one of my partners, but if you want to go inside, we can sit down a sec. Be able to get all your cats and dogs?
The cats had to stay in my pants. I want to take the litter box, but they're locked up and I can move into a different room.
Alright.
If that's okay with you guys.
Let's see what.
Otherwise you could throw them in the car, but
That's no
that might
problem.
not be able. One time, so we did buy a camera, but it's just bad.
It's hard to say. Paul wasn't really confident one way or another, but he's like, I don't see anything that, we already had him on ag possession, so it's like, if obviously identifying a camera here just because they're still living here was a concern, but otherwise, I mean, it really doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, they had, there is a computer in there, but, which I didn't see. But, I mean, I assume it was, I don't know if he had access to it, but if they didn't preview that, then they still
I don't think so. Would you mind, she's got like a pile of his stuff. We have all his electronics. Hi, friend. So I imagine there should be none. Yeah.
Anything else?
Perfect. I don't think so. I tossed that car pretty good. There's nothing in it. There's been people in and out cleaning it out. They're trying to sell it.
Alright.
But, do you want me to send you this incident number?
I'm good.
Need anything?
Do you need mine?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it wouldn't hurt.
Okay, I'll get you a card and get the number out.
Okay.
Calculate real quick.
Perfect. What's this gal's name?
This is Kitty.
Kitty.
Yeah.
So cute. Really appreciate you coming out, especially at such short notice.
Yeah. No, like I said, I just happened to took my admin day today or whatever, so I was at home. I was at home, not supposed to be working, you know.
You know, it feels like if you're not doing that, then you can't stay on top of it. And
Yeah.
a bunch of functional stress.
That's all those guys that told the kids I would stay close to they weren't really worried about it. Then you get social media, like the school threat, you know? You get social media, whip up the remote, they're like, can we come home? I'm scared. I'm like, no, you're not. What are the numbers here? You know?
10720.